Look, Bullwinkle, we're back with Live from Grammy Week on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio. And now, it's time for something really special. Here's Howard Stern.
Thank you. Thank you, Rocky. Hey, Abby, put on your headphones. Abby Hoffman joining us. I wasn't sure if it was Abby, but I recognized the shirt. I didn't recognize him. But
the shirt?
Shirt I've seen before. But anyway, let me talk to you about Snapple. Even Abby won't have a problem with this product.
I don't know. Let's check and see.
Abby, try not to hock your goobers into the microphone either, okay?
Wow.
It's in there.
When was he doing that?
And Howard, you're so 50s.
I know. Anyway, Abby's here, and it's always good to see him. And he's picking his nose now.
Well, he can do that.
Are you back on coke, Abby?
You can pick your nose, but not your relatives, eh?
Hey, you back on coke?
Hey, boy, chick.
Didn't that coke get you in trouble the last time?
No, Howard, that's a long story, and it's too short a show to go into it. So why don't you get on to some other subject?
Okay, let me talk to you about Snapple. You'll like this. You're into, you're always protesting nuclear rain and stuff, right?
Acid Rain. That's
Nuclear
it's a rock group, but
Nuclear Rain.
We haven't had
Nuclear
that yet.
Family. No, nuclear power plant down in New Hope, PA, where I get you both from Philly or New York, right in the middle.
God knows how Abby has time to even do this stuff. Me, I hardly have time in the day to eat.
Yeah,
He has
they could
time
do
to-
anything. I don't have time to protest.
I tried to call you because last Sunday I spoke at Tulane University.
Yeah.
Hunter Thompson and I imagined speaking on the subject of our changing ethics 2 miles from the whorehouse Jimmy Swaggart made famous.
There you go.
This is not my best subject, ethics, but...
Anyway, you'll like this because...
I try to call you up to confess my sins right away.
Abby, you've masturbated in front of prostitutes, haven't you? You've admitted it.
No, not prostitutes. No, but I've done it for free, of course.
Abby, you've seen
Lefty is interesting because it seems like it's another person, see? So if you're right-handed, then you do it lefty, it seems like it's another person. It's a different experience.
Abby's being a little too honest, don't you think?
Well, I wouldn't tell these things.
Yeah, it's hard to have someone leading you in a revolution when he's busy talking about how he uses his left hand so he could be like a different person.
Right.
But anyway, let me tell you something. That's why Abby, missed the boat politically. He's a chronic masturbator.
That's what he's been doing
That's what
in
he's been
his spare time.
Anyway.
It's good enough for Phil.
That's right.
Hey, what is safe sex? Mutual masturbation is like as close as you can get. We did it in the 50s. I mean, we didn't have sex in the 50s. It wasn't invented until 61. Actually, in my hometown, the pill and me were the most famous things from Worcester.
Now, wait a second, Abby. I'm trying to tell you...
Bruce put it on the map.
I'm trying to tell you about a product, okay? The product is Snapple. You're going to like this because it's all natural. What it is, when you pick up soda and it's brown? Like root beer is brown.
That's a conspiracy.
Gee whiz, I noticed that.
Now think about it for a second. Why does that root beer have to be brown? Do you know that it's clear, the soda, but yet they color it brown so that people can accept the fact that
That's right. It's white. I've seen it. It costs a lot more, but it's white.
That's right. Snapple costs a lot more. You're right.
White root beer.
It's white because there's no artificial coloring. Don't you think it's worth it to pay a little more? He's a guy who's put everything into his body. Why am I asking him? He's worried about acid rain. The man's falling apart. For God's sakes.
I would die for root beer.
Isn't it great?
Yes,
a natural,
I love root beer.
natural root beer. Hey, and they have seltzer, which I know you enjoy because you are a Jew, a loudmouth Jew.
Seltzer is Perrier, better and cheaper.
That's right.
Yes.
And the thing is that it also has. Snapple has fruit juices.
Yes, how could you forget the fruit juice?
And the fruit juices...
Small bottles, though, Howard.
No. The fruit juices are marvelous because they are all natural. All that's in there is the fruit of the juice.
Cyanide's natural, too,
All that's in there is the juice of the fruit. That's
not fruit drink.
We're so new agey. That's good enough, though. That's good. It's good juice. Hey, I wish I had some right now. I got a very sore throat.
Snapple is all natural. It gives you the strength to masturbate.
I was screaming all night last night at Colgate.
Colgate, the toothpaste?
Well, I made that joke.
Hey, listen, let's get into it, Abby. Anyway, let me just finish my rap.
I wanted Cuomo to run, but saying "Run, Mario, run" sounded like pizza to go. I mean, it just didn't come out right.
Let me just finish my rap on the Bahamas with Robin. You might want to
Yeah,
join.
we were
Is that where you got your money, Howard? You and the Contras. I knew it.
No, don't get so political. All I'm trying to say is that when you go to the Bahamas,
Yeah, you're trying to rent a boat.
I tried to rent a boat, but it's real threatening because the guys who rent boats aren't the black people under control. They're like the native blacks who are completely out of control. And they're like, they stand on the beach with their big wieners, like sticking out of these little bikini panties.
Yeah.
And they stand there in front of your wife, and their pants. I mean, I couldn't take my eyes off the guy's crotch, so I know my wife couldn't.
Oh, stop it.
So me and this other guy sent our wives away because we didn't want them around the black guys, the black natives. So all of a sudden I realized I'm getting into a boat with a black guy with 4 dents in his head.
He had 4 dents?
No, nowhere in New York. If I pulled up to a cab and I got in and I saw a dark-skinned black man with 4 holes in the top of his forehead, because he told me he was in some kind of fight or something. He had 4 holes in his head.
Wow.
He had dents in his head.
And you got into the boat with him?
Got in the boat with my wife and 2 friends. And here we are, these 4 white people in a boat with a black guy, which I'm uncomfortable anyway with having a black guy, and plus our friends weren't that sensitive to the black thing. They're like, don't go so fast. They're yelling, don't go so fast. And all of a sudden he pulled out a knife because he had to skin some fish, and and everyone was like, go, oh! It was that kind of thing.
Oh boy!
So
wow, what a story, Howard. You say I masturbate. Wow.
Hey, I'll tell you something.
You don't like me. I know. The people say, why does he keep putting you down, Abby?
Who do I put down?
Me. They think you're putting me down or something.
I'm not putting you down. Yeah, Abby's voice sounds different, doesn't it?
It's hoarse.
It's hoarse.
I was yelling at
Who were you yelling at?
Well, it was the students. I'm trying to get them to be a little more active.
Abby, nobody cares anymore about
These
this crap.
kids, this is a lost generation, Abby.
I don't even care anymore. The only reason
they're concerned, which is worse.
They're not active, they're just concerned.
Yeah.
So they just analyze them doing it instead of acting.
Yeah, I think that's wrong. Yeah.
See, Abby, I understand what you're saying. You want people just to act like me, okay? Now, during the 60s, I was an activist for all the wrong reasons, and yet it didn't matter because at least I was on the line.
It made a good show, yeah.
I went out to
right.
I went out to the peace lines because I felt if I slapped on a black armband, maybe I'll get laid. I had long hair, and I felt that maybe if I looked like I was in control of the crowd, I could get laid.
So you grabbed
perfectly legitimate reason.
Yeah. So
what do you think people come to the Palladium for?
Exactly. I mean, there's no difference. So you might as well just slap a political banner on it and go out and try and get everyone laid.
Sure. And you grab a bullhorn, and that makes you the leader.
This has been going on since time immemorial. You haven't come up with a new idea.
I was an ugly guy. Speaking of ugly guys, listen. Let me just detract here from the conversation. Joey Ramone walked into the room, and I know everyone says I look like him, and I'm just thinking, if I look like that, God strike me now if I look like that.
He'd really sunk into a blue mood, and he said, Robin, please, 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 I don't look like that, do I?
Abby, do I look like Joey Ramone?
No, I don't. I'm not that hip to know all these people. I'm amazed that you are. Which one is Jerry Ramone?
He's walking around here. You see him, Gary?
He's at the Rock 101 table.
Gary, ask Joe. Oh, there he is.
Gary looks like Geraldo Rivera, though.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, Geraldo, what an activist he is, huh?
Please take it easy on Joey. This is when he got offended last time.
I know.
Because you made fun of his looks. And
I'm not making fun of his looks. I think I look like him. That's what scares me. But Robin says, no way I look like him.
No, you don't look
like him. No,
it's
just that you
look like Mel Gibson.
I look like Mel Gibson. That's it. Thank you.
A Jewish version.
A Jewish version of Mel Gibson.
And you look like Paul Newman, Abby.
Not even Abby's buying that one. But,
I think he's playing me in the movie. It's something,
I could bring him over next if you want.
Well, everybody's been assuring me that I don't
Los
look like
Lobos. I want to meet them. I speak their language.
I had them on already.
They were here a couple of days ago. You missed them.
Yeah, they were good. They were good. They were singing some songs. They were singing some songs I had no interest in, but they were good.
Well, it's not your language, you know.
They were singing country songs.
I'm watching one of the morning shows from Roanoke, Virginia, posing with Patty Mullins, and they've got their thumbs up. And it's that guy with that mustache, the handlebar waxed mustache with the real long points coming out.
Hey, look at poor Patty. Patty's like, I want to be out of here in the worst way.
Have you seen their press photo?
The poor penthouse pet who has to stand there and shake hands with every morning man from every radio station in the country. Oh, God. And look at that guy interviewing. That mustache is a real turn-on. Oh, God. Why do guys grow mustaches like that? There must be an anti-woman thing.
Jerry Corona, what does you need to one?
Yeah, right.
Remember?
Like that zookeeper in Philadelphia.
Right, yeah, with the wax business.
What does he want to do? Keep all the women completely away from him? It's not bad enough he's bald and ugly. He's got to put that mustache on, too? Look like a clown? God.
Well, it's America. He can do what he wants. It's all right. We fought for the right, you know.
Hey, Abby,
you have long hair, you know. There used to be a badge of courage.
Hey,
People had to fight to let people wear long hair. They had to fight for it.
Tell me about it. I had a fight with my parents. I knocked my father out 2 times.
Oh, stop it.
Remember the billboards, keep America clean, get a haircut.
Hey, Abby, you know who I ran into here yesterday? Jerry Rubin.
Falwell.
Jerry Rubin.
Oh,
you ran into him? He was here?
God,
yeah,
I heard he hangs around here.
Well, he came early to meet me. He wanted a special meeting with me. And we met, and we talked a little bit.
Networking.
And it was real weird, because he stands about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a short guy, right?
He's a real short guy.
Most famous people are shorter than you think.
Boy, I guess you got to be pretty angry with him, huh? He sold out, huh?
No, I don't. I know 16 Jerry Rubins. Supposed to ask me about Amy anyway. I traded Jerry Rubin for Amy Carter.
Right.
Well, that was a bad move.
No, it wasn't. Are you kidding?
Hey, what's with Amy Carter? She like boys or what?
Yes.
She does?
Yes. I
But she dates black guys, right?
See, I got to be careful, Howard.
What? Well, what's with Amy Carter?
Get in trouble with you.
What's with Amy Carter? She dating guys or what?
Yes, of course. She's a very, very normal, average American woman at 19. And she's probably going to be the first woman president in the United States.
Get out of
Sure,
here.
every very blonde person dyes their hair jet black.
Yeah.
No, it's gone now.
Attractive look. God,
No,
Abby.
she's out of that. Because she didn't know how to handle fame in a movement that is anti-elitist.
And she got kicked out of school, Abby.
Does she have web feet?
Well, what's the color of brown?
Does she have web feet?
You know, that's Brown University. That's
ignoring me.
There.
Hey, but seriously, I saw her dad on a fishing show.
We're not an item.
I saw her dad on a fishing show the other day.
Really?
Yeah, it's fabulous. Jimmy Carter in a fishing boat, talking to one of these hillbillies, talking about how they fish, avoiding everything political and how bad a president Jimmy Carter was.
Yeah.
Everything, about 22% inflation, none of that. It was just a nice fishing show.
Well, all he does now is he builds buildings. He comes up every once in a while and he builds a building for some poor black family.
And then I think he bats Amy over the head. That's where her eyes are crossed. She said,
I like them all, the Carters.
You're hanging around with Abby? And he bats her over the head.
I like them all. Reagan stole the election in 1980, and I will show it all in the next book.
He stole the election?
That's right.
How do you figure?
He sent emissaries to meet with Iranians in Paris to talk to them about the possibility of hanging on to the hostages longer, so that it would embarrass Carter, keep him in the White House.
Now, you have not one shred of evidence.
That's not true, Howard.
You don't have a shred of evidence. This is what gets you. This is
not a show in which I'm going to present evidence.
Where's the evidence? What do you mean you're going to present? You make a statement that the President of the United States went ahead and met with the Iranians to hold the hostages till he became the president?
Enough said, Howard.
You're out of your mind.
The rest will go to Newsweek. I mean,
you're out of your mind.
I'm not going to blow it on your show.
Yeah. That's all right. We have a scoop.
Why didn't you announce it
I got another story for you. Check it out.
All right, what is it?
Okay, well, we're going after Gary Hart and everything. Go see Hellcats in the Navy, starring Ronald Reagan and Nancy Davies. Now, he was married to Jane Wyman, who was supposed to have the part at the time.
Right.
Tell me how Nancy Davies got it. She got it the old-fashioned way. She earned it.
Now, you're claiming... Now, let me recap this. In other words, you're saying that our president... Stooping...
That's right. While he was married. What's so unusual?
Really?
This is a divorced guy who never goes to church, doesn't have time to see his grandchildren, whose stepdaughter, Patty, has lampooned them both in a novel, whose son has pulled his pants down on Saturday Night Live. These are traditional values coming from the Gipper, huh? This is from Hollyweird.
I love him, man. I love
He
Abby.
sees things that nobody else sees.
This is about as heavy as I can get.
Abby, you're just too...
I got one more for you.
All right, one more.
Okay, this is the latest one because this is the only show I
Because
can...
it's getting too heavy, yeah.
Did you see the interview with Donna Rice by Barbara Walters?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Abby, the name is Barbara. This is America. Get the accent straight. Barbara Walters.
Where is he from? He's up there in the funny country, right?
Barbara Walters. It sounds just like my relatives. It gives me nightmares. My wife is from Boston, and the relatives are, oh, hello. Hello, can I speak to Allison? I'm like, Don't you want to speak to me?
Oh, Howie, is that you? I thought you were the butler.
The butler? When did I have a butler? No.
Howard, you don't behave. I'll pull all these plugs out right now. And then what will happen?
All right, what's the last
You'll
big
melt.
story?
The
Abby,
Wizard of Oz.
Abby Hoffman, of course, is here.
Isn't he like the Wizard of Oz?
Abby is the author of Steal This Urine Test, Fighting Drug Hysteria in America. Do you have one last story?
When
quick?
when Barbara Walters asked Donna Rice if she was sleeping with Gary Hart, Donna should have turned around and said, you went with a far-right winger named Roy Cohn for 2 years who died of AIDS. Did you sleep with Roy Cohn? See, that would have been a good question to ask Barbara.
I missed that. What was that?
He says that Barbara dated Roy Cohn for 2 years and he died of AIDS. Did she sleep with Roy Cohn?
Yeah,
is what Donna should have asked Barbara.
Submitted for your approval.
Rather than saying it's a privacy issue, because we all shook our heads and said, of course.
Submitted for your approval, a man who makes libelous statements all day on the radio, and no one sues him because they know he has no money and no credibility anymore. He makes irrational statements, and he wonders why no one follows him onto the peace lines.
There was a night me and Jerry Falwell slept together, Howard.
I want to hear about that the next time you're on.
He's warm, loving, tender, giving. He's totally misunderstood.
Abby, you are the greatest. I swear to God, I love you.
Dragon's got pictures. They're going to make a movie.
You know what scares me? In the 60s, I actually was following him. That's what scares me.
I knew someone was following me.
I was there, pal. It was me. Hoffman, the greatest. And get his book, Steal This Urine Test. It's very
Cheaper
good.
than a movie in this city.
And Abby looks great. Just Say No. He's wearing his Just Say No T-shirt on the cover, and I love it.
Yes,
He's
that
been
was
very influenced by the Reagans.
Yeah. Can I have this? Can I read this?
You can read it in 2 hours if you don't move your lips.
Thank you, Abby.
You can.
I might find something in here.
All right.
All right. Abby Hoffman, everyone.
Abby Hoffman.
We got to take a break, and then we'll be right back.
Hear what I say and don't go away. This is David Lee Roth right here, and there's lots more coming up with Howard Stern right here on Live from Grammy Week right here on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio.
What are you going to do with that car of yours? How about selling your car today at New York's oldest and most reliable car bar? I want you to call Bruce or Bob. Bruce or Bob. That's Bruce or Bob at Car Cash of New York, or give Jack or Frank a call at Car Cash of Long Island. Now, what they'll do is they'll buy any make or model, foreign, domestic. They buy trucks, vans, four-wheel drives, any kind of vehicle. They'll even buy your car if it's financed or leased. Get immediate payment for your car today at Car Cash. In Manhattan, they're at 625 West 55th Street, and in Long Island, they're at 2 Heights Place, just east of the Hicksville, Long Island Railroad Station. Car Cash makes it simple to sell your car. For travel instructions or a free estimate, call Car Cash at 212-CAR-CASH or 516-CAR-CASH. Within 20 minutes, your car is sold. I don't care what kind of car you have. Leased, any of that. Foreign, domestic, it's really that simple. No more hassles. Just one call to 212 or 516-CAR-CASH.
Hi, this is Nancy Wilson of Heart, and we're back with Howard Stern on Live from Grammy Week in New York on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio. Take it away, Howie, baby.
He's going to be on your plane. Abby Hoffman, what a nut. Gary goes, you know, boss, I got to go thank Abby. My friend is working for an airline and beat a drug test thanks to Abby's book. And I go, great. He'll be flying our plane out to California. It's great. That's perfect.
Thanks a lot.
Abby, that's a real responsible book.
That's
How to beat a drug test.
Book.
I'm all for drug testing. Hey, get Abby back here, will you, Gary? Just get him back here for a second.
Abby!
Daniel Rogers is so great. Daniel Rogers is the place that grows your hair. You know, Abby could use it in the back. Did you notice he got like a little ring?
It's a big shiny spot.
There's a big shiny spot in Abby's head.
Right. He covers that with a hood, but that's not happening.
Yeah. He wears a hood, like Little Red Riding Hood. But I swear to God, I love Daniel Rogers because it works. You know what they do? They give you 1 month free on the program. They're trying to track down Abby. He just like disappeared into the abyss.
I found him, boss. He's like in the back here. What do you want me to ask?
This is why the FBI couldn't find Abby when they were looking for him for coke charges. He just disappears.
Hold on a second. What do you want me to ask him?
Tell Abby, I forgot.
But you're for drug testing.
Yeah, hey, Abby, give him the headphones.
Put these on.
Hey, Abby. Abby?
I'm not allowed in this city after dark, Howard, so I got to get out.
Hey, Abby.
Yeah.
I'm for drug testing. Now that I'm thinking about it, why wouldn't I want a guy to take a drug test who's flying an airplane? Gary's friend beat the test and he
Well, I
flies
think
an
you should
airplane?
test every drug you try. Absolutely, Howard. You're right on the right track. But I can't go into all the science. You'll read the book and you'll change your mind.
Oh, man. Abby, all right, thanks, Abby.
Okay.
Bye, Abby.
Try Daniel Rogers. You got a bald spot in the back. Abby accidentally used Daniel Rogers on his chin.
Well, it worked everywhere with that one little spot right up at the top.
Yep.
He's got hair everywhere else.
So anyway, Daniel Rogers is so good. It is so excellent. They give you that money-back guarantee, and I say, why not try it? Let me give you the phone number. 212-686-5977. 212-686-5977 for Daniel Rogers.
It's so funny because Allison Smith is now wandering around the room from that Jane Curtin series, and Tempest Bledsoe from The Cosby Show. They're meeting, actually, right in the middle of the room.
It's kind of weird.
Hey, Tempest! Tempest, it's Howard Stern. How you doing? Hi.
We'll interview her later from The Cosby Show. I hate that show. I'll act like I like it, though.
Well, maybe you should tell her there's something wrong with the scripts. Maybe they don't know.
Okay, maybe I'll be honest. Maybe I'm the only one who...
I watched it last night just to see what was going on because I haven't watched it in a long time.
Yeah.
And it's just silly.
It's horrible. Hey, what's the girl's name from Kate and Allie?
Allison Smith.
Allison. Hi, Howard Stern. Pretty good, how are you? I'll talk to you later. Hey, Tempest.
Stop showboating.
Shut up. Hey, Tempest. Does Bill Cosby smell like a stinky cigar?
Oh.
Does he smell like a stinky cigar?
I'll talk to you later. Here's Tempest. I'm going to talk to her about The Cosby Show. Tempest, sit down. I got to talk to you. Now? Yeah, now. I mean, where you got to go?
Okay.
You won't get in trouble. Hey, you guys on does Mr. Cosby listen to me at all? The Howard Stern Show?
I don't know.
You don't listen to me?
Do you get to talk to him?
Huh? Yes, I do. Every now and then I might run into him.
And he works at like Fred McMurray on My Three Sons. Fred never was there for the actual tapings of the show.
They talk to a chair, an empty chair.
Yeah, and then Fred would go to Sparks in later. Tempest, how old are you now?
14.
You're only 14? You got the body of a 17-year-old woman.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
We try.
You're looking hot. I swear to God, I didn't know I was looking at a 14-year-old.
Yeah, stop that.
You know what's nice about you? When you first started the show, I would look at you occasionally and say, okay, you looked all right, but now you're looking very nice. You're budding into womanhood, and I enjoy watching that.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I like that. Doesn't Cosby smell like a cigar, though? Don't you hate when he smokes that cigar?
No.
He doesn't smell from the... Oh, you guys can't say anything bad about
everybody's dad does something.
Right.
I mean, everybody has a vice, so he smokes.
I guess at this point you'd rather have him for a dad than even your real dad, right?
No.
Really?
No, my dad is a lot like Mr. Cosby in a lot of ways.
Do you have to call him Mr. Cosby or you get to call him Bill?
You don't get to call him Bill?
Bill.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you call him Bill? Yeah, I've interviewed Bill. Before he had the TV show, he was sort of hurting then, He had to go around with Sammy Davis Jr.
With Sammy, yes,
that was
on
it.
Broadway.
Bill, you go do the interview with Stern, okay? Okay.
So, it's going to feel great having a hit TV show. I think that... I don't want to come off the wrong way on this.
Well, tell her how you
for you to come off the wrong way.
All right, here's how I feel, okay? Because Robin says I should be honest, and someone should say something. I feel the scripts have gone downhill.
Really?
Yeah. No, and you're not responsible for it. You're just acting. You're an actress. So I would say to Cosby, if I don't know, does Cosby sit in on the writing sessions anymore? Or does he just have?
Yes.
He does.
Totally, every time.
I think he had some good material the first year, but I think he's running out of material.
Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, what we're going to do. I mean,
you know the episode. Do you know the episode where they had the fairy tales?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
That
Even
was
you didn't
for the
like that.
kids.
What kids?
We had a ball doing that episode.
You really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys had... It's sort of like me on my TV show. I was in bed with a bunch of women, and they were rubbing me and
that
stuff.
Was for the kids.
God.
That was for the kids at home, but... You know what I'm saying.
What kind of kids are we talking about here?
You know, well, the morons that listen to this show. But seriously, you gotta say to Cosby, I'm sure you've said it, the other crew members have said that the scripts have been suffering recently.
Well, no. I mean,
Really?
what we're going to do, what we're going to try to do is, you've actually seen, people might have one opinion about a script, but there have been shows where everyone in America has been saying, stop, please, now, it's gone too far.
Right.
Where it's just gotten totally out of control. Bill will never let that happen to our show.
Really?
Never, because he has... as far as you can go, he's gone. This show is an outlet for him. This show has been his turn to say what he wants to say.
Don't you feel like
it's getting a little too moralistic, don't you think?
Yeah, there's too
Every
many
show
moral lessons.
Contains a lesson.
Especially the episode at the end with Martin Luther King and stuff. I say, I want to tune in for a few laughs. I don't feel like crying at the end of a TV show.
I think television has a responsibility to do that kind of thing.
That's because you're 14 years old, you think that. Believe me, once you turn 21, 22...
You've been brainwashed.
You've been brainwashed by everyone on that show.
Hopefully,
you know what you do? You walk up to Cosby, throw a Jello pudding pop right in his face, and tell him to snap out of it real quick and unfreeze his brain.
I'll tell you the show I really objected to. The end show last season, the graduation.
Oh, yeah.
That was a real graduation, Howard. You know how where you sit in the audience and these
fall
people
asleep.
come up and collect their little diplomas?
You got to keep in mind, this is his turn to say what he wants to say. He's
come
been
on,
in
you've got a career to think
He's
about.
been in these shows working for other people a lot of times.
And what's with this thing that he won't go to take any awards? I hate that. You should just take the awards and stop making such a big deal.
He's not interested in competing with his peers anymore.
Really? What's too embarrassing?
That's what he says every time he did collect awards. I won't do this anymore. It's too embarrassing.
You should just take the awards, Tempest. Say these things to him. Tell him I said so. He knows me. He knows who I am.
Okay, I'll tell him you said so.
Yeah. So, and Lisa Bonet? Bonet. She, I'm sorry, I forgot her name.
I just got that, folks. Okay, go ahead.
You got a bidet?
Would you like to know?
You're much too young for that. You don't need a bidet. Now, Lisa might need... Who knows? I like her. I think she's cute.
Have you seen that movie Angel Heart?
I think you've gotten real cute on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. And how come they never made a reference to the fact that... What's the son's name?
Theo.
How come Theo got an earring and no one made an issue about that? Cosby
Didn't they have a whole show about that?
I noticed that.
I think the thing that
that's sort of a militant
our father
thing.
had the problem about is that he didn't ask about it.
I see. Oh, you mean the Bill had a problem about it?
No. That because Malcolm didn't have his ear pierced when we did that show. That was a clip-on.
Oh.
But the problem that he had with it is that he went to a friend in a garage and had this done, and he could have contracted any kind of disease. We never know. Mm-hmm. So his father had the problem with him not asking. But we assume now that Theo asked and he got permission.
Oh, I see. I'm not sure whose father we're talking about.
I don't either.
Are we talking about Bill as the father?
I think Theo's the real father. We're
Theo's
talking
real
Malcolm
father?
Jamal Warner's father?
Oh, Malcolm didn't have his ear pierced at the time that we did the show about Theo having his ear pierced.
Oh,
but
I
now
see.
Malcolm has his ear pierced.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you.
Straighten all this out.
And Bill was concerned that Theo had it done in a garage.
No, Cliff was concerned that Theo had it done.
I don't know.
Hey, but all I know is that Malcolm getting a lot of girls now? What's he like? Bring different?
Malcolm's pretty popular.
Does he bring little chicks out onto the stage there?
No.
To the set? Yeah, hey babe, come on, I'll introduce you to Bill. Come on,
thing
let's
is,
get going.
we're not very we're not like our characters. That's the clean way to say it. But what happened?
What do you mean? What are you guys up to?
The straightforward way to say
Malcolm
it is we're not like our
Malcolm
characters.
hasn't joined the Rastas, has he?
No. But
Mr. Cosby, I must do ganja. It's a political belief. It has nothing to do with your morals or anything. I just have to smoke in order to pray to God. I have to be high.
When Theo was going through all these things about the attitudes that young guys get about girls, that girls like this kind of as this macho thing, Malcolm wasn't going through that. Malcolm had already passed through that period.
Right.
So now that Theo is getting more responsible about girls, I mean, the show that we taped last night, he's having a conversation with one of his sisters that, I've changed. I mean, I'm looking for emotional maturity right now. Now, whether we believe him or not.
So does Cosby blow up at you if you forget a line or something?
No. No, not at all. It's a very...
this. It took me all week to get
the hell needs that?
I swear to God, I'm busting my 2 shows here.
No, it's a very relaxed set. It's
You know what
very
you do?
relaxed.
Give Bill an exploding cigar one day.
All right, let's take it from the... Who the hell did that?
Disney. Oh, boy.
Well, anyway,
why weren't you in that Disney commercial?
Yeah.
How come I've seen everybody in Outside Projects?
How come Felicia Ayers Rashad Allen got to... how many more names could she have?
Yeah, really. It's getting kind of hard to put that
Felicia Ayers
credit up there.
Felicia Ayers
Alan Rashad. You say it all, but she goes by Felicia Rashad now.
Huxtable. She's now actually using the Huxtable in there also as well, I believe. Felicia Ayers Alan Rashad Huxtable Cosby. But... no, but seriously, she was in the Disney commercial. Yeah. Malcolm was in the one, and Rudy.
Yeah, Keisha.
Yeah. What's with Rudy? You have to stand there like all day till she learns her lines? God, I would...
No.
She must be getting better by now, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. After 4 years, we've all gotten a lot better.
She is cute.
She's wonderful.
Yeah, she's very cute. I wonder how she's going to look when she grows up, though. I hope she doesn't turn into an ugly kid. Oh. Some of the ones on the Brady Bunch, oh, man. Two of them turned out great, and one of them really got the shaft. But you're lucky. You're going to be a good-looking woman. That's good, because, you don't want...
Cross our fingers.
No, you will be. I can tell already. You're growing into a good-looking woman. You've gotten more and more attractive each season. I can't believe you're only 14.
Everybody, I'm only 14. It's not by choice.
Hey, try to keep your voice down when you say that. Jerry Lee Lewis could be listening.
Yeah, he's looking for a new wife.
Come in and grab you. Anyway, I want to thank Tempest for stopping by. Tempest Bledsoe.
Pleasure meeting you.
And real nice to meet you. And we enjoyed the show, except, just make
sure... Take those messages back to Bill.
Yeah.
Okay, I will.
Make sure he stays on top of things. Really nice to meet you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
This is Keith Emerson.
And I'm Carl Palmer.
And we'll be right back with Howard Stern and his special guests as Live from Grammy Week in New York continues on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio.
92.3 K-Rock is giving away VCRs, and all you have to do to win is listen for K-Rock's classic clips.
Who's looking at you, kid?
Each weekday morning, Howard Stern will play a clip from a classic movie, and Jimmy Fink will be asking for calls later that morning to identify the movie.
Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
The first caller who can tell Jimmy the correct name of the movie will win a VCR from 6th Avenue Electronics between 38th and 39th Street, where high fidelity doesn't mean high prices.
Use the force, Luke.
So be listening to Howard Stern for K-Rock's classic clips and your chance to win a new VCR from 6th Avenue Electronics and 92.3 K-Rock.
There's no place like home.
New York's classic rock and roll radio.
Hello, I'm Dan Codden, Marketing Director for the New York State Lottery. We get lots of questions about our lottery millionaires. Let me tell you a little about them. They come from all over New York State, from the Big Apple to the south, all the way north to the Lake Champlain village of Rouse's Point, far west to the town of Ripley on Lake Erie, and to the east all throughout the Hudson Valley. And they represent all walks of life, an 18-year-old gas station attendant, an 81-year-old telephone operator, an opera star, a mother of 11, cab drivers, policemen, cooks, secretaries, doctors, beauticians, factory workers, and the list goes on and on. We also have many groups of people who have won. The famed Lucky 21 who shared our $41 million jackpot, the Mahjong 6 ladies, the Miller Diehards, the Aquarium 6, and more. Play Lotto, and you too can have a chance to win the big jackpots every Wednesday and Saturday. Thank you for your support, and good luck.
It's 7:30 at 92.3 K-Rock, New York's only classic rock and roll radio station, and 38 degrees. Time now for Shadow Traffic with Candy.
We got some problems in Queens now. Due to the Van Wyck closure, south on the Whitestone Expressway, we're much heavier than normal, 10 miles an hour. From 20th Avenue to Northern Boulevard, detouring traffic off. Now, on the northbound side of the Van Wyck, everything is open. Also, take the sunglasses this morning. We're slowing down due to sun glare, especially on the eastbound Cross Bronx between the Sheridan and the Bruckner. And also, as we travel in Jersey City at the Tonley Circle, they still haven't fixed the traffic lights there, and it's a real zoo, so I would just avoid it entirely in Jersey City. That's the Tonley Circle. Also in New Jersey, eastbound 80 is backed up for over 2 miles to Route 280, and that's due to construction that's blocking the right lane. 20 minutes inbound at your Hudson River crossings, alternate side of the street parking is in effect today. I'm Candy Roth with Shadow Traffic on 92.3 K-Rock.
Hello, this is Timothy Leary. Welcome back to Live from Grammy Week on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio, with that cybernetic flash, Howard Stern. Take it away, Howard.
Couldn't believe it. Okay, we're back at the Palladium. It's 92.3 K-Rock at WYSP, and we're just hanging out, having a good time here at the Palladium. I've never even been to the Palladium. This is the first time.
You should be here at night. That's when it's really happening, Howard.
Yeah, you're just kind of dull. There's a lot of radio stations sitting around. And, we'll be back on the air live tomorrow. And we'll be giving you more details about the California trip. You'll get to call in and ask us all your questions about 1-800-52-STERN. I know there's some confusion. I got to get to the Kay Gardella tape, but Tony Bon Jovi is coming by.
Tony Bon Jovi's here?
And I think he's in a lawsuit with his John.
Cousin John.
But anyway, let me talk to you about Key Ford. Len Young's Key Ford, the only Ford dealer on Westchester Avenue in White Plains. They have your Ford vehicle right now. I love Ford vehicles. I really do. My next vehicle is going to be a Ford vehicle. I'm going to buy a Ford truck.
Yeah? You've made that decision.
Yeah, first I'm going to get a tattoo, though. And then the truck.
I don't know what
with
kind
the big
of
bucket
thing.
seats.
What
and I'm going to give you a ride. And you know what? You're going to eat your words because you're going to love it.
Hold it.
What?
Hold it. Just tell me the stage you're going through. What we should call this.
Call it lack of Ritalin. All right? Is this Tony Bon Jovi?
Yeah.
Hey, hold on a second. Let me just do this commercial. Put on your headphones. Relax. I expected a guy with, like, long hair.
Right. I was going to say, you don't look like John at all.
I wish I did.
Yeah. But anyway, dollar for dollar. You drive Ford? You drive a Ford truck or anything?
Do I what?
Drive a Ford?
Me? No, I don't. Yes, I do. I drive a Mercury.
Oh, you do? You should go to Len Young's Key Ford. I'm talking about buying a truck.
Great. Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
You
run that studio, right?
That's right. Power station, yeah. Are we on the air now?
Yeah, we're on the air.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you had a segue from your commercial.
Nah.
Hi, Howard. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
You a big fan of mine?
Oh, every morning when I get up and I hear... You wake me up every morning, be woken or not. And the receptionist at Power Station religiously listens to your radio.
Oh, good.
I might want to come down there and jam one night.
We would love to have you down there to jam.
What are you going to play?
I don't know.
Play the radio. He plays great radio.
Leslie West's Earrings, I think I'm going to be playing. But anyway, it is so fabulous. Len Young's Key Ford I am going to go to Len Young.
Why are you getting a truck?
I'm getting a truck because my Jeep is too small. I want a real big man car. And I want to drive it through mud and stuff.
All right, but you realize now, the thing you keep saying is there's no room to put anybody in the car.
Right. That's why I want the truck.
Who are you going to put in the truck?
Kids, the wife.
Where are they going to go? In the back?
Yeah. Oh, the back is huge in these trucks. It's almost like the size of a van. And you're talking about...
Yeah, but it's outdoors.
You're talking about big tires.
It's outdoors, Howard. You're going to put your family out in the back?
No.
Oh, you're going to put one of those tops on it.
You're thinking of the open back truck.
Yes.
I'm talking about a truck that has has a closed body, and in the back is huge. It's like a van back there, except it's a truck. You got to see that Ford truck.
You can get to it from the door?
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. Oh, you're going to love this thing. You're going to see why I'm being so manly. And I think it gets 4 miles to the gallon. And that isn't bad. That is not bad. Anyway, go to Len Young's Key Ford at 914-761-6655. Len Young's Key Ford. I love Ford vehicles. They have the Taurus. They have great prices. Len Young is fabulous.
All right.
So anyway, all right, let's get into it.
Tony Bon Jovi is here.
Tony Bon Jovi, I should say. The real name is Bon Jovi.
Yes, it is.
And, of course, Bon Jovi has gone on to such great success. But so what's the deal? You and John are suing each other? Or
No,
what?
no, I sued him, and he settled with me.
He did?
I did a very stupid thing that you should never do in the record business, or any business for that matter.
Which is?
I worked with an artist for like 5 years.
Meaning your cousin?
Yes, and when it came time to sign the contracts, he said no. I said, oh, okay. So I had all this money invested in time. And
what kind of contract?
A recording contract so that I had
piece.
Oh yeah, of course, a piece. You have to when you produce a record, you retain a percentage of the sales of the record.
Oh. So you produced the album with Runaway on it.
The album with Runaway. I'll tell you a quick story about the record. It took me. Let's see, I got John when he was in high school, right out of high school. He was out for about a year.
Right.
And his father came to me. I went to see him play. Mm-hmm. And right after that, we moved him into the production facility at Power Station where we produced.
You should have signed him right that day.
Well, I did a very dumb thing. I mean, you can't have it all. I mean, I'm stupid. I admit it. I did a very stupid thing, and I'll never do it again.
Right.
With the new band that I'm working with here, the French Lick Boys. No, we're not.
The French Lick Boys?
I'll tell you about that in a minute. But let me just
French Lick.
The French Lick. I found this band on my ham radio. Okay, ready for that? I'm talking one night, and I hear this kid on the other end. His name is Matt. So
you have a ham radio?
Yeah, I'm a ham radio operator.
That's dangerous. Get
Somebody
rid of that.
take a picture of him quickly.
Right. Quickly.
Yeah.
If it's out of focus, put him in jail. I'm telling you. No, just that every mass murderer has an out-of-focus picture of himself, and he was a ham radio operator.
Oh, really?
So I always get nervous.
Let's dig up his backyard. Where do you
Get
live?
that on there quick. So anyway, I'm listening one night, and here's this kid on the air, and talking to him. So he comes to New York and said, well, what's the name of your band? He said, French Lick. I said, what? He said, French Lick. I said, that'll go over big in the South at the Bible stations.
Right.
So there's of course, French Lick is famous for, as we all know, Larry Bird. And it's a resort town. They used to play there, so they adopted the name, and they're an excellent group. It's like a kind of Bon Jovi-style music. That's the kind of music I do.
Yeah, right. So anyway, so the thing was, you didn't sign John. You worked with him for 5 years.
5 years. Got turned down, ready for this, by every major recording company.
Right.
One turned him down one turned him down twice. The only way we were able to secure a deal is a person who was working at the studio at the time entered him into a radio contest, which he won.
Right.
And then a hologram picked up the record, and the rest is history.
So you must be a millionaire just from the settlement.
Well, yeah, sort of. I guess you could say that. I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor, sort of. Thank you.
Well, let me introduce you to Robin in that case.
Okay.
All of a sudden, all of a sudden, she wants to operate a ham radio with you in the basement.
John.
Yeah, really. Hey, the hell with that! With all that frosting and the hairdo, this is a natural, good-looking man.
I mean, after you get past all that hair and the good looks, what do you have?
Yeah. The rest of the millions. So anyway, so that must have been messy. Does he talk to you anymore? Or he hates you now?
I think he pretty much disassociates himself with me and press and things like that.
That's a shame.
I don't think he wants anybody to know that it was kind of that the nepotism factor entered into it. I think he wants people to know that he struggled and worked hard.
Yeah.
I mean, he works very hard on the road, but it wasn't a big struggle to get there.
Well, he did have to clean the studios.
No,
didn't
he never. Didn't
he have to sweep up the studio?
Never. Yeah.
Because John's story is, and he even told us, that he had to sweep the studio at his cousin's power station.
That's like having Howard Stern sharpening pencils at the place there. I mean, I would never do that. I mean, if we bring a talent in and you're going to develop someone as an artist, that's what he did. I gave him a car, gave him money, gave him voice lessons.
Kidding?
Bought him oh, sure. We
and then he wanted to give you the shaft?
I got, as I say, I got the shaft and he got the mind. Is that it? Yeah, I got the shaft all right. But we settled. I filed. I said, John, you really shouldn't do this. So he tends to keep that part of it. Except in Rolling Stone magazine, of course, when it came out, then I had to.
So he never swept up or anything.
No. If he swept up, maybe after his own mess. That's about all.
So how are you guys cousins anyway? You like first cousins?
My father's brother's son.
Wait, let me work on this. My father's brother's son. Gotcha. First cousin.
Right.
Yeah. That's first cousin.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that nice? Power station. So, and also, didn't you work with Bruce Springsteen or something?
Bruce, we did 2 or 3 albums with Bruce.
Yeah.
And we've done, Lou Reed and...
Lou Reed,
Got the list?
Here's the list of some of the personalities that have recorded Power Station. Bruce Springsteen, Madonna, Cyndi Lauper, Billy Joel, David Bowie, Sting, Mick Jagger, Paul McCartney, Duran Duran.
You discovered these guys?
No, they all recorded.
No, they discovered us.
Recorded us.
These are the reasons why we're very famous, and we're very, very fortunate to have had these people there. In fact, Howard, we want you to come down, and I want to help produce the next thing that you do. Absolutely. I've got to do that.
I'm not signing no contract. I swear to God.
You just have to clean the studio.
Yeah, you just have to clean the studio, that's all. In fact, we want you to go...
Want me to come down and sweep up because John never did.
Yes.
No, he never did.
Somebody's got to sweep up over there. Everybody wants to be a recording star. It's ridiculous. But anyway, it's a real pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
And here he is.
Tony
Bon Jovi. Tony Bon Jovi.
Yes.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, and he owns the Power Station, which is a real famous recording studio here
and
in
he
Manhattan.
did discover Bon Jovi.
Yes, he did.
That's right, and he got millions of dollars from the album.
Well, we didn't get millions, but we're doing very, very well.
All right.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
It's good enough that you're using the royal we.
Yeah.
You're royalty now, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But it's a real pleasure to meet you, and if you ever want me to help you spend your money, I'll do that.
Sure, Howard, no problem.
Anytime.
All right, and that's Tony Bon Jovi, everyone. We'll be back live from the Palladium. On tape from the Palladium.
Tape.
And we'll be back live tomorrow, actually. Thanks for joining us.
Okay.
We'll be right back after these words.
Hear what I say and don't go away. This is David Lee Roth right here, and there's lots more coming up with Howard Stern right here on Live from Grammy Week right here on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio.
Hi, I'm
I'm Meg Griffin, and if you want to feel good, join us after Howard Stern for back-to-back classics all day, and then the Soul Patrol at 2. We'll take an expressway to your heart with Soul Survivors. We'll go to a go-go with the Miracles, and we'll hear from Sly and the Family Stone. Only on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio.
The rap of a former dull guy. My suits were brown, my ties were gray. I ate a tuna on white bread every day. I was a dull guy. Sunday I'd sit and play at Bermuda shorts and watch about 11 hours of sports. I was a dull guy. My alarm went off each morning with the same dull roar. I'd take the same dull razor, face the same dull chore. Till one day my wife says,
"You're dull, you're boring, you could be asleep except you're not snoring."
I decided right then that I'd amaze her. I got the Wilkinson Sword Profile, a brand new razor. It's no dull razor, got a sleek design and a sexy red color like a Valentine. It's got great balance like a foreign car, and the shave you get makes it a star. The Profile razor really won my wife's heart. She said,
"You're not so dull, you made a new start."
She got me a designer's sweatsuit. It's the look for me.
And now I love to see you wear it, watching sports on TV.
The anything but dull Profile razor from Wilkinson Sword. It's designed to make you look good.
Profile razors and blades are available at selected Drug Guild pharmacies.
Beef on rye, side of French.
You know, for 22 years, I've run this delicatessen. My poppy, bless his heart, ran it for 32. We've sold an awful lot of cream soda, and I always thought the ones from the old days were the best.
Coming through, watch your back.
Right. So when I heard A&W has a new cream soda, I just figured, what do people who make root beer know about cream soda? And I tried some, and take it from me, they know plenty. This new A&W is smooth, it's creamy, it's refreshing, it's delicious.
Turkey on rye, coleslaw.
Working. There's also A&W Diet Cream Soda. Just 1 calorie, and it's just as smooth, just as creamy, just as refreshing. You can decide for yourself. But I know this new A&W is the best-tasting cream soda I ever had. And if these A&W fellas ever go into the business, I'm finished.
It's more than just cream soda. It's A&W.
Coming through, watch your back.
Welcome back to Live from Grammy Week on 92.3 K-Rock, New York's classic rock and roll radio. And this is David Lee Roth right here with Howard.